Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for it's a album review that I'm doing today. Uh, and this is an album that did come out last Friday, but I never got a chance to listen to it or review it. So this is for Diamante's or Mante's album, if I'm saying her name right, American Dream that I just got done listening to. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I gotta say, this album did rock. It was really good. Pretty good, actually. There's a few songs I don't know if I'd listen to that much, but like, Unlovable was nice, and Unfuck You was somewhat cringy, but in a way, I guess it did alright with the rock sound and how she's singing the song uh, Diamante. Uh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, her stage name right, or whatever. That's actually her real name, the first name that she used as her stage name is actually her real name, so I'm like, huh, did not know that. It's really hard to pronounce some names with artists, but yeah, American Dream was a pretty good album. Uh, Iris is a cover version from the Goo Goo Dolls that made that song Iris back in like the 2000s sometime. So it's getting up to being about almost 20 years old. I can't remember what year it came out, but I can remember that I did like the Goo Goo Dolls version too. And this one actually does sound nice too, with Diamante singing the song and also Burnley Benjamin from Breaking Benjamin singing it as well. So it sounds very awesome. Obvious had some cringy lyrics from time to time. Naked in your hotel room. I'm so cold lying next to you. So I'm like, we're okay. Kind of filthy lyrics, but in a way, it didn't do so bad. I just, I did like the rock sound to Obvious. It sounded really cool. And how the drums and guitar work were playing out. It was pretty awesome of a track. And sorry, I was checking on my phone to make sure it was at 100% for the battery. Um, Ghost Myself was very good. They made a music video for that song. Serves You Right was very good. And of course, Obvious was great. So was the title track. Wake Up Call, I really enjoyed. I Love Myself for Hating You was another awesome song. And there's only like 11 songs on this album, one of them being an acoustic song, another one being a cover song from the Goo Goo Dolls' song Iris. So I did enjoy the Goo Goo Dolls version, but this one is even good too. So they're both good versions. Both the original song and this cover song was very good too. So yeah, Hopeless was the second to last track for the album, and it didn't do so bad. Um, just some moments in the song where I don't know if I like, but I still enjoyed the song as a whole. So 5 out of 5 I gave it. I gave majority of these songs 5 out of 5s and a few 4.5 out of 5 because I wasn't sure if I'd listen to most of these songs again, but this album did rock. It was not disappointing. Um, there's some filthy lyrics from time to time that I don't know if I can get behind uh, in this album, which in a way I don't know, it didn't execute too bad. It's just the way she was singing. Those lyrics sounded a little sexual, a little bit of sexual lyricism in some of this album that I don't know if I can get behind, but still, the album as a whole was pretty good. It definitely did rock, so I highly recommend you check this album out if you haven't heard it. Overall, I think Diamante's album, American Dream, was a pretty awesome album. Uh, I don't know if I'd give it a really good score, but it still did very well. And I definitely see myself returning to this album quite a bit. Uh, and maybe, who knows, this other songs that I didn't think were my favorites, which were my least favorites, which was Unlovable, Unfuck You, and Obvious Acoustic. Obvious Acoustic wasn't bad. It just, I don't know, some of the lyrics in it just, I don't know if I can like that much, but because it kind of gets a little sexual. Not that I'm hating sexual lyricism. It sounds like I am, but it's just, it makes me cringe sometimes when I hear that. Uh, but in a way to where it's like, I don't know if I should say what I really think of it or keep it professional kind of shit. But yeah, this was a pretty good album by Diamante, the American Dream album. It was very good. So for a score, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10 for Diamante's American Dream. This was a pretty good album. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't heard it. It did come out May 7th, so it's about a week old. But it's pretty enjoyable for what she was going for this album. Not what they, because I'm making it sound like I'm talking about a band, which Breaking Benjamin was in the Iris song, so that's pretty cool. It actually sounded very good. So yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Diamante album American Dream if you've heard it. And if you like this album review I made for you guys, like early afternoon, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for, well, it's going to be for the new album reviews for Miles Kennedy, The Ides of March, and George Ragan, The Dead Sun, The Abyss. So I'm going to really try looking for those albums today and seeing if I can find it. I'm gonna try to return to you as soon as possible for those album reviews. It's just right now I'm having a little bit of a difficult time finding them because I'm looking on this Last Disaster website to find it because they seem to deliver a lot more than Alter Portal now. Alter Portal's being a bitch. So it is nothing like Kingdom Leaks was. And it's a shame Kingdom Leaks is no more, but it is what it is. But hopefully you did enjoy this album review I made for Diamante's American Dream. I'm actually gonna be checking out her debut studio album sometime next week, and I'm gonna be finishing up on reviewing some Viewer Union tracks and EPs and all that. So gonna have a couple more song reviews for Viewer Union, and then I'm gonna be moving on to another band that I'm gonna review their Marathon studio albums. So probably in the month of June, you'll be seeing another Marathon studio album for a different band. But definitely stay safe, take care. Hopefully you enjoyed this album review I did for Diamante's American Dream. Hopefully I pronounced her name right. You'll have to remind me in the comment section below. And I'll definitely see you in my next video.